Hey there, Faeine. What's happening?
Hey, what's happening, Jennifer?
So I wanted to connect with you again this week, and we were talking last week about the top neighborhoods in the GTA's what is called the outer suburbs, which is basically the area that I work in. And what I thought was really cool was out of the 25 neighborhoods that were picked as top neighborhoods in the outer suburbs, I can't even say the word suburbs, there was a number of those that actually fell into my area, into Durham Region. And Clarington, Bowmanville, which is the town where I live, ranked up pretty high. And Oshawa is another area that I actually grew up in, and it ranked very high. And Whitby and Scugog. So out of those 25 neighborhoods, I'm just going to count them up here. I think it was about 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. So 9 out of those 25 neighborhoods fell in Durham Region, which I thought was pretty cool, right? As being an area like top picks, right? And this all come from Money Sense. So they do a lot of different articles, but real estate is one of the topics that they do zero in on. So I thought that was pretty cool.
That is neat. That is neat. Wow, neat. So do the people from your region, do they know that? Do they know that they're in such a great place?
That's it, right? So that's why we're doing this video. We'll share this with them. Yeah, so that's awesome. And I was going to tell you, I tried to book an appointment with a for sale by owner to get in to preview the home in an area that I work. And I thought it was really interesting the way that they verified realtors. They actually just went on the Realtor.ca website, the MLS website, and looked you up. And then they sent an email, and then it ended up I didn't get in because they strictly did their confirmations through email, and they told me one thing and then something different happened. So anyhow, it was just interesting to hear how that company that's sort of doing their marketing for them is handling booking showings. I thought it was kind of interesting, and it ended up being that I didn't get in because I didn't get the message, and just the whole process seemed a little backwards. But, yeah.
People seem to have, like sort of an image in their mind of what works for them, and in practicality, in the actual, like that. I mean, they could be letting so much fall through the cracks just because it's backwards, like you said.
Well, the thing I like about our system, I'm not sure how you book your appointments, but here, you call into a real estate office as a realtor, and I'm booking an appointment on one of your listings, then the office verifies that you are a realtor through the system that we have in place, and then they call your office and they send a confirmation through. So they won't confirm appointments over the phone like to you. If I just called into your office, there is a system in place that assures that there is security of that property.
Interesting. So we have a completely different situation. We actually use a program called Touchbase.
Okay, so yes, I have that. I use that one too. I have that.
Yeah, so it's connected with our MLS system. And then, so we always, that's how we confirm showings. We rarely ever call realtor offices anymore. Like, that's just something that nobody typically does.
I love Touchbase. I think it's a great system.
It makes so much more sense, and it's so quick.
And the other cool thing, just to interrupt you for 1 sec, sorry.
Yeah.
The Touchbase, too, you can communicate with your sellers through that Touchbase. Did you know that?
No. Well, you know what? I don't use there's a Touchbase Pro that you can upgrade to. Now, I haven't done that yet, but I do know that there is, somehow you can integrate with your sellers. Do you do that?
No, I haven't started implementing that yet because the Touchbase is not used on the Toronto Real Estate Board or the Durham Region Real Estate Board. But on the other real estate board that I'm on, the Northumberland Real Estate Board, they have that system in place. Actually, I shouldn't say that. The Toronto Real Estate Board does use it. The Durham Region Real Estate Board does not. So anyhow, I haven't been using it readily. I use it though as a great communication tool if I want to get in touch with a realtor with any questions, setting up appointments for Northumberland.
No, Touchbase is like we all use it, and then to verify the security though, typically either a realtor will meet us there, or we'll have a program called have like a lockbox, which is also connected with our MLS system as well too. So there's a specific access code, or they're going electronic now. So most people actually have an app which you log into, and then so you just punch in your little code, and then it will give you an automatic code to punch into the lockbox, and so it will record who comes in, which agent it is.
We have that type of system in our office as well. So I've got those electronic lockboxes as well. That but we don't go through the app to book the appointment. You still do online or through the office. So yeah, I know the system, something similar anyways.
Yeah.
Very good. So
I know we used to have a little card that you punched in, that you like slid in, just like a bank card. It had that little chip in there.
Yeah.
But I used it so much, I used to always break it. So I still could use it if I wanted to, but I find it so much easier now to just use the app, just because then I don't have to worry about renewing it before I leave the office. And I mean, who has time to do that, really?
Exactly, right? And it must be the same system. We won't name them. We'll leave them anonymous right now.
Okay. Perfect.
So what else is happening in your world? How are your listings going?
So one of my listings, actually, they decided to take it off the market. What they decided to do is they're going to put a suite downstairs, and they're going to rent it out while they make their move. So,
okay.
I think in the long run, given the market conditions and how much it's changed over the last little bit here, I do think that it is going to, sort of ease the pressure off them while they make their transition to out of province.
Yeah.
I'm noticing that the average price point has gone down over the last 30 days. Since you asked me, I've actually got my April stats here for Abbotsford. And just again, to reiterate, those of you who don't know where Abbotsford is, it's about 40 minutes east of Vancouver, just following along Highway 1. And the detached price points, they've gone down 0.4% in the last 30 days.
But in saying all that, the townhouses and the condos are holding their own, and you know what? It's a fantastic opportunity for people to move up.
Totally, but you know what though? Townhouses and apartments have the average price has also gone down though in the last 30 days. So townhouses we've seen go down 6.5%. And 3.9% for apartment style condos. So it has definitely softened over the last 30 days, and we're feeling it. However, for all of the buyers that have been hiding in the corners, it's like, come out. This is the time. We've had finally our, little ounce of, a bit of a slowdown. And, you can have your inspection, you can have your subjects, you can have your, you're not competing with 10 other people.
So true.
People that have been so scared off for the past, 6 months to a year, now's the time to come out, because it's, the conditions are a little bit better now. So, we're still in a seller's market. We're still, 1.5 and 3 months of inventory, but it's just not so extreme as it was,
Yeah, well, that's all. I was going to say that's awesome, but it's awesome for the buyers, right? It's
for sure, yeah, and it's still good for the sellers. I think it's hard for those sellers that have been sort of in this transition, right? So the sellers that come on right now, they know what they're getting into, but the ones that have come on about a month or two ago, they're like, whoa, what's going on here?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they're sort of, going through this transition, and I think they're the ones who have had the hardest time throughout this whole thing.
Well, I think it's the shock of what once was, in our market, it was a year and a half ago, and we're steadily seeing prices, creeping down. And I just think that the market is trying to adjust itself back to where it should have been, without what we experienced last February, March was, just craziness, right? So I think that the market is just trying to level itself out to, to healthy numbers and affordability, right? So
a little bit more balance, right?
Yeah. So, all right. Well, you know what? I've got to go. I've got an appointment to get to. But as always, it's been great chatting with you.
Yeah,
and,
me too.
Let's connect again and find out what's happening in our worlds.
Absolutely. Okay. Thanks, Jennifer.
Okay, thanks. See you later.
Bye.